Well, that escalated quickly, didn't it? So I found the rear frame section. There's lots of rust spots on it. Getting pretty scabby. Seems pointless at this point in its bike's life not to have a go at it and fix that up. So we're going to do that. Because it's a serious, like, you know, she's just flopping around now. So let's just get that sorted. So we'll sand that down. We've found the official paint code for this, which is quite fine, I have to admit. I can't remember what it was now, 0903 or something. Black metallic Raven X. So we'll rust treat the areas that have got a bit crusty, and on the rear section there's another piece that isn't painted that same colour, it's just very, very crusty, but we're going to have fun trying to get those two bolts out, so we'll do that a little bit, and then that section can get all cleaned up, clean the threads out, replace the bolts with stainless, grease it all up, and that'll go back together. So that's good. I've got a bracket here to fix. There's no bolt, as you can probably see there. We'll do the brake lines, has all the bodyworks off next, and then we'll start rubbing down the bodywork, take that into a warm room, empty the tank, get the stickers off the tank, fix the dent. Dent repair guy says not happening, so I'll have to just fill gently with some layers and get that dent out of the way. And yeah, maybe put some of this back together at some point this year, because it's February. It's about minus 84 right now, that's what it feels like, but soon it'll warm up and I'll want to ride it. So best get sorted. Okay everyone, so let's get you some light. The bike's looking a bit sorry for itself. We give the chain a nice clean, not that you can see that. I think it's serviceable, the chain, which is good. The bike is kind of sat on its bum, on its belly right now. I'm going to sort that out soon enough. But we found a few spots of rust just inside the tank, a couple of spaces underneath and on the frame. So what we're going to do is just sand those down and wire wheel those down. Use a bit of rust treatment, some Hammerite Corrust, that's what I generally use on all this stuff. A bit of etch primer. And then we've got the official Yamaha paint for this. But what I'll likely do underneath is stone chip, Hammerite and stone chip these inner sections, and you can paint over stone chip and then give it the official paint, which you see on a couple of sections just along here mostly, and then on this, the underside, I'll probably underseal stone chip, Hammerite, whatever, no one's going to see that, just etch prime here, and obviously this is going to get sanded down and painted anyway, so let's get on with it. Okay, so here's a little update. We had corrusted everything just before, the base of the underside of the tank and the rear frame for the bike, and you know, we just over all of that with etch primer after we sanded it all down, got all the rust off it we could, within reason, to be honest. I mean, obviously acid dipping and powder coating would be the win, but probably cost 100 quid just to do this. So etch primed. And then the section, as you can imagine, you like that, that's the bike, here's the wheel. So the sections that are going to get a bit of a hammering and that got a hammering with the old rust from stones and mud and stuff, we've stone chipped. So just letting that dry now. That has been on there for a day, but it's cold, so we're just going to leave that until we sort out our little spray room. and then we'll just sand it down smooth with some 600, and we'll paint it. Paint's coming tomorrow for that. It's a paint I can't really find. I'm not sure it's a perfect match, but as it's just the rear section, there's only little bits that are seen. Hopefully, even if it's a close match, it should be fine. The tank, we did the same thing, etch primed after we sanded all the rust off, and then hammerited, and now we're going to stone chip. Just that extra little bit of protection for the back here, because it was really thin paint on the underside of here, and I don't think it really was getting chipped or anything. It's just, well, it can get some stones and some damp up there, and then you don't know about it. So we're just going to do that. We've also done the inside of the tank with some poor 15 tank sealer. It's incredible stuff. Did the whole of the inside of the mini tank. Click up there for maybe the mini project or other projects. And it's good stuff. So we used that on the inside where there was a bit of rust. It's basically was the area that always is sort of in air unless the tank's absolutely full. It's in air, so obviously there's oxygen and it's plain steel in there. So that should solve that problem. There's not really rust, to be honest, and it was like brand new, most of it, but preventative measures. So more preventative measures, and then it'll get flipped over, and then it'll get the old treatment, because it's a cool sort of effect, but not really what I'm going for. See a bit of frame on the floor, a bit more frame down there, and the bike, well, the bike, well, look at it. Yes, the bike, not too great. I mean, it runs. Yeah, that's not a problem. Is it rideable? Well, that's questionable, if I'm honest. Pretty questionable. I don't think that's meant to be like that. No. We gave the chain a clean, so that was good. We took the rear frame off, which has on it here the suspension mount, just there. We took the frame off because essentially it had gone rusty in places and I wanted to treat it. While we got everything off, not really much of a better time than now, to be honest. So we've had the frame off, we've sanded it all down, we've then painted it. Now I don't think it's a great match, not like, well, I think it's okay. I think it'll be fine. It's not like I've masked off a tiny square section of the frame and tried to match it. But the frame is definitely more metallic than this, and it's a lot greyer. This is almost black. Now the original paint code for the frame, no one had ever heard of it, no one could get hold of it. So it is certainly darker, but I think, you know, it won't matter too much. Let's hope it won't matter too much anyway. I did want to try and repaint some of the top part of this alloy section of the frame. What I might do is use a little bit of rubber to cover that instead, where the rear hugger sits, because it'll only rub through probably again anyway. So maybe that will be a solution for that rather than painting that. So today, what I'm going to do is going to refit that frame, refit this suspension, which I don't think that's bad. Meh. We'll carry on anyway. And we'll replace any nasty bolts on the way, grease certain bits up, frame on, and the exhaust. I'm going to polish it like at the front here, but it was pretty nasty and rusty, so we just sort of gave it a clean really. So that looks vastly better. I'll give you a comparison of kind of what it looked like before. Kind of looked like that before. So I think that's better. I hope you do too. A little bit of protection. I guess the only reason for this is to protect the seat, so the passenger doesn't get too much of a hot butt. Yes, protect the grease. The grease could dry out, or set fire, I suppose. I suppose it could set fire if it was really keen on annoying your day. That's it, to be honest. Alright folks, so I'm not sure exactly when the GoPro frame-lapse finished, I'm afraid, but there was lots of on and off, on and off, on and off. But we kind of got there, I think. We've got the inner tray on. We've replaced a bunch of the rusty stuff with some nice stainless bolts and copper slip here and there where required. We just need to wind those in actually. We've got a gold tape up there, as you can probably just about see in there. The exhaust is on, just waiting for a new bolt for this. I have a feeling I struggle to get that off. Might end up coming off again, this exhaust, just to get that bolt out. Got a stainless bolt replacement coming for that. Yeah, just bit by bit things are coming back together, which is nice. Plastic covers, I wonder what people do with these plastic covers. They're kind of pitted like metal, but obviously you can't polish painted plastic. I'm going to try some plastic cleaner, see how that goes, whether it sets fire to something. So really the next job on the list will be there's a little plate that goes here, and then there's a rear frame that holds the number plate, and we've had that painted somewhere. Here's the rear plate and the plastic bit, and part of that bolts on to the underside of the exhaust there. So probably have to take that plastic piece off again. Brilliant. I'm doing lots of things twice over, unfortunately, because this is the first time I've had this bike apart, and I've never had one of these bikes apart before. There is a frame somewhere that we painted that sits under there anyway. Can't find it. Anyway, it bolts to here and here and comes across and helps support everything. That was really rusty, so we've removed that and painted it up. It is somewhere here. Gonna have a tidy up now and have some dinner, and maybe that'll be it for the day. We'll come out tomorrow and have a little poke. It looks like we're gonna have to remove just slide the exhaust back a bit, take the plastic, off the exhaust off, just to do that. But it looks good. It looks nice, clean, that exhaust. I'm quite pleased with how that came up. And then we'll start looking at getting the front and rear wheels off. Yeah, get the front and rear wheels off. Gonna get some big stands, hopefully under the crash bungs either side to support the bike, so both wheels can be off, and we'll get these cleaned up and painted. That's good. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Little clue, little clue. Ever wondered what a motorbike sounds like without the baffles on the back? You're about to find out. Yeah, that's really loud. If you didn't if you hadn't worked that out, it's really loud.